Hi, I'm Ayako Sekiguchi from Birune's Kitchen. This time here, I'll be introducing a tempura recipe using shungiku that doesn't require frying. Some people may not like shungiku because of its unique aroma, but when you cook it together with oil, it turns out really delicious. Tempura's crispy coating makes it a delicious example of this. However, when it comes to tempura, it uses a lot of oil. Many people find cleanup a hassle, so this time we're making tempura without deep frying. So I'd like to introduce a cooking method that lets you make it very easily with just one frying pan. This is a great recipe for people living alone too, and it's packed with plenty of vegetables. Please watch until the end. Please do. At Hironesu Kitchen, our theme is uncaging starting from food. We will continue to share information that will energize both your mind and body. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. When you think of shungiku, most people picture hot pot or sukiyaki, but shungiku is actually wonderful. It's packed with nutrients. I'd like to briefly introduce the nutritional benefits of shungiku. Shungiku is rich in beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is also an antioxidant. It is converted into vitamin A in the body as needed. It helps boost immunity, can help prevent cancer, and is also effective for eye health. And it contains calcium and magnesium. These help with bone formation. People prone to leg cramps often lack magnesium. Since it's also a mineral, try supplementing with shungiku. It also helps improve blood circulation. And folic acid. Folic acid is an especially important nutrient for pregnant women and children, and it's often called the vitamin for growth. Because it promotes the synthesis of DNA and ribonucleic acid, it's something I really want pregnant women and children to get enough of. It's a nutrient. It also helps with the production of red blood cells. And it contains pinene and perolaldehyde, which are the unique aromatic components of shungiku. These aromatic components help prevent food poisoning and aid digestion. Here's a shungiku tempura recipe without frying. First, start with the shungiku. And as for the batter, this time I'll show you a crispy batter recipe so it doesn't turn out soggy. It's fine to use tempura flour if you want. But if you're using regular cake flour, here's what you do. The key point is to add vinegar. By adding vinegar, it helps prevent the dough from becoming too sticky. If you add a little more vinegar, it not only prevents stickiness, but also makes your usual tempura easier and more delicious. I like to try making it right away. These are freshly washed seasonal ingredients. Cut the seasonal ingredients into bite-sized pieces. Let's continue. I cut them into about 4 equal pieces. Put the seasonal ingredients into a bowl. And this time, instead of making the batter separately, we'll combine the batter ingredients right in here. After that, all you have to do is cook it in a frying pan. It's a really simple method. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the vinegar. This is what makes the batter crispy. The first key point. And the second is to chill it with ice. It's about the amount of vinegar you add, but first, coat the pork with cake flour. Adjust this to match the amount of vegetables needed. I tried to keep the coating as thin as possible, so I used about 2 large spoonfuls of cake flour. While sprinkling the flour all over, mix in the seasonal meat. If you think there isn't enough flour at this point, please add more. Doesn't it feel like you're putting on makeup with the flour? By doing it this way, the coating turns out very thin. So not only does it have a light finish, but it also reduces the amount of oil absorbed. Seasonal meat contains nutrients that are better absorbed when eaten with oil, so I actually think it's better to eat it together with oil. The flour has coated the seasonal meat. Now we're going to add water. However, the amount of water can be just right as needed. Add only enough water to make the seasonal meat slightly sticky and cohesive. Avoid adding too much. However, there's about 100 cc of water in it. And for that, use this big spoon, the spoon you used to add the flour. Please add about 1 spoonful of vinegar to this, then add some ice to it. Chill the water, cool the water with vinegar in it, and then please, after that, just add enough of this seasonal meat so that it sticks all over. It's a bit of an estimate. but then quickly add the water and mix it in. You don't need to mix it thoroughly, just until the seasonal meat starts to stick together a bit. That amount of water is fine. Right now, it's just about when you can't really see the flour anymore. It's a light batter, yes, just like this. There's still quite a bit of water left. I'm heating the frying pan over medium heat. Since we're shallow frying this time, there's only about 5 millimeters of oil in the bottom of the frying pan. And this time, I'm going to use rice oil, which is strong even when heated for frying. Let's check the temperature of the oil. When you put your chopsticks in, you should see small bubbles rising up. Let me try putting one in. Since the meat cooks quickly, make sure the temperature is high enough so that bubbles form all around it. If you put the meat into the frying pan in this state, it tends to spread out easily. And here's the key point. Place some plastic wrap on your hand and press it down firmly once with your hand. After shaping it into a compact form, put it into the frying pan. By doing this, it won't fall apart and will turn out nicely. Place it like this and press it gently. It's like arranging them in a neat row. That's right. Now the vegetables. If they feel a little dry and crispy, that's perfect. Then I'll go ahead and fry them now. This time the batter is really thin, so it doesn't really feel like typical tempura. However, the thin batter is just enough to hold the filling together. See, the batter is really thin. Seriously, it's so thin. Since there's only enough batter to act as an adhesive, it turns out really light. That's it. No crispy batter here. Shungiku tempura is ready. It's done. This is Shungiku tempura with an ultra-thin, non-crispy coating. I want to give it a taste. I think so. There's a very thin coating around the shungiku and it's just a little bit crispy. It has a nice texture. That's right. The shungiku itself is the main part, so it really feels like I'm just eating vegetables. But since there's just the right amount of oil, the shungiku is really easy to eat. This time I tried eating it with just salt, but of course you can use tempura sauce if you like, or I think it would be great to enjoy it together with soba or udon noodles. Even with regular tempura, I recommend using a batter made with cold water and a bit of vinegar. Give it a try. It turns out really light and crispy. After using the frying pan, just use the paper you used earlier to catch the oil and add a little extra kitchen paper, then lightly wipe it clean and you're done. With this level of cleanup, you can enjoy frying food without any trouble. This time, since we're making a dish that lets you fully absorb the nutrients of garland chrysanthemum together with oil, I made a very light tempura by using a minimal amount of batter on this nutritious green and yellow vegetable. Since you only need a small amount of oil, it feels almost like you're just pan frying it. Cleanup is also really easy, so I think you can enjoy tempura without any hassle. Please give it a try. Thank you for watching until the end.